Hello. Okay, let's see. I want to demonstrate a little bit of the power of this arpeggiator thing that I got here. So I like to use the arpeggiator as sort of an idea generator. So yeah, let's take it from there. Okay, imagine you have a track and it's super simple and all it does is this, which is not much. Okay. But I know I like those three notes. For some reason, I'm just in love with those three notes. I say, okay, what can I do with those three notes? So on this track, and I've pre-built this a little bit, I have just a grand piano. It's the one that it comes in one of the Ableton packs that you get with Suite. And in front of it, I have some things, but I'm going to close this one. They're deactivated for now. I have one of my arpeggiators in here, and it's it's kind of a combination arpeggiator step sequencer kind of crazy thing. Let me step back for a second, and I'm going to make it just a single one-step kind of thing. And what you'll hear when I turn it on, it's going to play just the first step. And I've said, okay, play the chord. So hold notes that you receive and play them as chords. And it has a little bit of some provisions in here to do some transposition. It's going to transpose up twice. So the original, and then up once, and then up twice. And let's hear what it sounds like. Make sure that's the only thing that's happening here, just in case, right? So if I change the speed on here, I should get this. Okay. So you don't see any movement because it's only a single step. Playing everything as a chord. I'm going to increase that to 2 steps. So it plays a chord, and it plays the next note it encounters, like moving up and then down, kind of like a traditional arpeggio. But in this case, it's just... Now, then what I decided to do is give it more than 2 steps to play with, and I started just painting in random transpositions for those steps. So let me give you 2 more steps, and then you'll hear what happens. Okay? So this isn't actually playing necessarily a G3, it just means transpose up from whatever note you played by the same amount that you'd be transposing between C and G3. So you're going like up a 5th, right? And you'll see transpose right now is set to transposed. You could say absolute, and then specifically playing those pitches, but I like to use it in transposed mode. Now you can also say just original pitches, and that's just the original straight pitches then. But I'll use the transposed. So it's already kind of generating some interesting things. And you'll see, as I stretch this out, I still have this pattern of chord, you know, up, down kind of thing. But I have just some random transpositions. Again, you know, this is up by a 5th, down by, you know, down to the 5th, and then back again, and then just kind of up some steps. So we'll just increase it here. Say I wanted to take out this initial one, I'm just going to flatten them out. Sounds different. Alright, I'll just have 2 notes in there that are up a 4th instead. Don't like that as much. Really weird up by nastiness there. That's better. I like that one. And maybe I want to hop down an octave here for some reason. Down this one there. Okay. Now, as this is going on, I also have this velocity, so it's scaling the velocity of pitches right now. I'm going to say use absolute, and I'll give it a kind of an accent pattern to use. That's weird because it's on 3s here. So I'm having fun just kind of like messing around with that, but maybe I just want to go like a straight. Do something like this, I don't know. Just, you know, try things out. You know, I feel like the Bob Ross of, you know, the guy who paints, like, oh, I put a little bird here, oh, a little spray of foam, a little tree in the corner. Whatever, it's all about, you know, just like seeing what kind of feels good. Mess with the durations. Kind of cool, right? And I also have in here, let me turn this off for a second here, it's transposed, disabled. I have a second set of pitches, which are, so it's basically you can sort of double the voices, and then they have their own transpositions in here. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. Once you have two sets of transpositions going on, you can wind up with them sort of fighting one another. But so what I like to usually do is I just have like the second one kind of just doing some, well, in this case even I've got some extra things. A lot of times it's just octave up and down kind of stuff. But let me turn it back on. You can hear what it's doing. Okay, so remember, pitch 2 is independent of this one. So, you know, we play a single note and it's going to suddenly like spray all over the place, which is, you know, kind of fun. Spraying notes. Then you have extra 1 and extra 2, which I'm not going to really demonstrate now, but it's basically, I'll just say, those are ways to control parameters of other devices on a step-by-step basis, right? So you got that ability there as well. You can say, you know, say I wanted to set reverb time. Come over here, you'll see now, where is it? Reverb time over here set to 2 seconds, and I'll turn that on. I said I wasn't going to demonstrate, but now I'm demonstrating, okay. So now reverb time is actually changing. Kind of subtle, but that's, again, you know, you just kind of paint in things until you know where you like where it's going. And then maybe come over here. It's got a little bit of swing to it right now. I can give it like more solid, adding just a little bit of swing. Now my definition of, okay, what's my definition of swing? Basically, for every pair of notes, what happens is you can push the second of the pair towards the third, right? So the second note is happening sort of off the beat. So it gives it dun, 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 you know, kind of a feel to it, which is, I don't know. I threw it in real quick, but it actually works nicely. It gives it a little bit of more human feel. Kind of feels like it's swinging a little bit there, right? Maybe it's not officially swing, but to me it feels like a little bit like swing. A little bit goes a long way. Alright, so you're doing all this stuff and you say to yourself, oh my god, I'm generating all these great ideas. Make it, just for sake of going crazy, I have this arpeggiator feeding another arpeggiator and also feeding a straight through. So let me turn off the second arpeggiator, or at least feed it through. Just hang with me here for a second. It'll make sense in a second. Okay, sounds normal, but now I'm going to double it through another arpeggiator. So I'm triggering these chords on a slower basis to give it even, you know, some more thickness as to what's going on. Okay, and here it's just, like I said, just playing chords. We could just, you know, just say, just play the thumbs if you wanted. So you get lots of low notes in there, right? The thumbs are the low notes, pinkies are the high notes. Or just randomly up and down. Okay, so you see yourself generating all this cool stuff. It's all random. I don't know what I'm doing. How am I going to record it? I'm going to lose it. No. The cool thing to do then is you take another track and you say, okay, MIDI in from the track that has all the crazy arpeggiators and things on it, and then you can record that track. Okay, so I'll monitor that track right now and set record enable, and I'm just going to record. Watch what happens. make things interesting, my second track, I'm actually using the new Aeon Melodic and the Giant from Native Instruments. So I've got these two from, the Heaviosities Aeon, not Native Instruments. It's a awesome set of soundware that runs in Contact. But anyway, so I have kind of a horn thing kind of going on and a piano thing, you know, really unusual piano thing kind of going on this other track over there, just to make it a little bit more sort of thick and interesting. So, okay, now I've recorded that. I can shut off the original, take it out of recording mode there, and I can play the exact same thing. So now all the randomness and weirdness has been kind of sort of filed away, and I have this real MIDI track in here that I can then manipulate and do exactly what I want to it, right? With all of its articulations, you see they're all intact down here. I can say, oh, I really like this measure. You know, say that was awesome, copy that, new, throw that in there. What's going on here? Oh, wait, I had it monitoring there, so it was still playing the other one too. All right, so now I have just that one in here. Kind of cool. So what the arpeggiator sequencer step thingamabob is all about is, you know, kind of giving you these ability to take, literally, we took 3 notes here and then just started like, you know, randomly playing around with parameters and came up with some really cool textures that we can then, you know, cut and paste and figure out, you know, hey, how does this work? You know, let me loop this section. You know, I can always sit there and say, oh, well, you know, without the cutting and pasting part, you know, yeah, just let me hear what that sounds like. So it's not your typical arpeggiator. You know, I mean, normally you just think, you know, oh, arpeggiator. That's not what this is about. Sure, you can do that, you know, Philip Glass kind of stuff. But it's really about just giving you a set of really powerful parameters that you can take your original notes and really run them through the meat grinder or the whatever you want to, you know, run it through, and really kind of play with transpositions, with different accent patterns, with different lines, you know, creating some contrary motion and, you know, all sorts of, you know, throw the chords back in. And it's a lot of fun, you know, so if you have some really idea for a simple line, or don't tell them I told you this, but, you know, take somebody else's riff, throw it through this, see what happens. It'll be totally different. Believe me, you will never get accused of sampling, taking a simple MIDI riff and then running it through this and generating a bunch of ideas that, you know, it's about as far removed as, you know, as if you, you know, took words out of the dictionary and, you know, did, you know, refrigerator magnet poetry. But you can, you know, start off with a cool idea like that and really turn it into something else. So it's a great way of getting away from the blank page and just having lots of fun. So it's going to be available soon. I'm caught up with a couple of things with the new betas of Live 9.1, getting a few bugs out of there. Dealing with my ability to collect New York State sales tax. Dealing with that. But it'll be up there soon at www.erasermice.com. Okay, thanks for letting me ramble. Take care, make wonderful music.